Hey there, everyone. Welcome to English 1101, and this is week one. My name is Jeremiah Byers, and I will be your instructor this semester and possibly next semester if you sign up for my English 1102 class. Okay? So it's kind of like this is my audition for all English 1101, all fall semester is my audition for second semester. The same way I run this class is how I will run English 1102 next semester. So if you like these next couple of months, then you can sign up for my class for spring semester. Okay. So I've been teaching college for as long as I've been teaching high school, which is 15 years. Okay. Actually, I lie. It's 1 year less than when I was teaching high school. So 14 years. Okay. I've been teaching high school for 15 years. And I've done this type of class for in person. I did it online even before it was COVID. I did it online a long time ago. I've worked for many different colleges. I'm an adjunct, which means that I am not a full-time employee of Gwinnett Tech. If anything, I'm kind of like I'm like outsourced. I am like on contract. But I've been with them I've been with Gwinnett Tech for about 4 years, maybe going on 5 years almost. So I'm practically a full-time with them every year. Okay, so you're not just getting some schlub off the street here. Okay, you're getting somebody who I've taught this course. I change it a lot because I get bored with the same stuff over and over again. Oftentimes, I pull in things that like I am enjoying. Like for example, all the readings for this semester comes from these books that I just read this summer. Like you're gonna read a couple of chapters from this book, Allow Me to Retort: A Black Guy's Guide to the Constitution. You're gonna read a few chapters from this book called The Disordered Cosmos: A Journey into Dark Matter, Space-Time, and Dreams Deferred. You're gonna read a chapter from this book, The Color of Law: A Forgotten History of How Our Government Segregated America. I read all these books this summer, and they were cool, and I really enjoyed them, and they fit really well with English 1101. I didn't read them for class. I just read them for my own personal enjoyment, even though they're kind of depressing. So, but sometimes we enjoy things that are depressing. And so I put it into this class, okay? So I try to keep things new. I'm not a teacher who just pulls everything out of the filing cabinet and recycles the same stuff. Even though for 1102 I kind of do, because I really like what I do for 1102. But this is not 1102, at least not yet. This is 1101. It's nonfiction writing, college writing. That's 1101. 1102 we write about literature and fiction and stuff. So, but this semester, 1101, it's just college writing. It's mostly nonfiction. Okay, getting you oriented with the type of writing that's expected at the college level. Okay. All right. So today I am going to show you around the course. Okay. That's today's goal. So what you are going to do is when you first log into, well, you've already logged into the course because you got to this link. You read my hello announcement, okay? And I'm recording this before I've actually posted the announcement. So by the time that you've seen this, there will be a link right here that you either click on in your email, or if you came here directly, and for the future, just to know this, you can't really click the link in the announcement. I don't know why they don't really make the hyperlink available. You can click the link when it's sent out as an email, but you can go over here to this tab that says Lectures under Lessons, and when you click there, the lecture link will be there. Every week. Week 1's lecture link will be there. Week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. I have not added it yet because I'm literally making it right now. But you'll be seeing this in the future. But when you're watching it, it is of the past. This is crazy. Okay, this is mind expanding. Okay, so it's like past, present, and future is all at once. I am present making this, but I'm making this for the future, which you will be in the future when you see it. Yet, when you see it in the future, it will be your present looking at the past. Anyways, so you'll go to lectures and you can see the link there as well. Or you can go to your email, because when I send emails, when I post announcements, I send them also as emails. So there you go. Okay. So every week, every time you start a Monday, come to the announcements. Click on announcements. I will send out an announcement as well. Okay. Sometimes I post Monday's announcements actually on Fridays beforehand. Okay. Or if I'm too busy to do it on the Friday before Monday, I'll just post it Monday morning at some point. Okay. But always read the announcements. The announcements will tell you what you need to do in terms of, for that week. And it will post, I'll have the lecture posted. And you have to watch the lectures. Okay. I go over so much in the lectures that is not covered in everything else. Okay. So I explain things. Every week I'll go over that week's work of what you're going to be doing. And I do that in the lecture. Okay. So oftentimes I know when a student has not watched the lecture because they will email me a question that I clearly explained in the lecture. Or maybe they turned the lecture on, but they didn't really watch it. Okay. And that's a problem. All right. You have to, I treat the lectures like it is in class. Okay. It's as important as being in class. And it's a way for me to communicate to you verbally. And so you can see this guy, you can see all of this. You can check out the different Grateful Dead shirts I'll be wearing probably throughout the semester. And it makes you feel more connected to the class. So you need to watch the lectures. Okay. And if you email me a question that I answered in the lecture, I'm going to reply with, did you watch the lecture? And so if you did not watch the lecture, I will then say to you, well, you need to watch the lecture first. And then if you have follow-up questions, ask me. I am all about answering emails about follow-up questions or concerns, those kind of things, okay? That's great. Ask, ask, ask. As long as what you ask was not previously covered in the lecture, okay? So make sure you watch the lectures before you do anything that week, okay? All right, so this is week 1. You're watching the lecture. Great. I'm going to go through with you now the course, okay? You read the announcement. Here it is, okay? You're watching the lecture, all right? So then you go over here to lessons. Lessons is the main tab that you're going to be using throughout the course, okay? Everything you need here is in the lesson link, all right? You won't see this. I wish I could delete that because I'm going to use that. All right, so first you have your textbook right here. Textbook, weeks 1 through 16. Everything here is listed about what week you'll be using the material and accessing the material, okay? And it goes in order, okay? Now, like the essays have the entire weeks, have the week that we begin and the week that we end, okay? So like, go back up. We have assignments and due dates. This document you're going to be using every week, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Syllabus, you covered that in we covered that in week 1. You do this welcome quiz in week 1. We do the MLA formatting. We cover that in week 1. All right. Essay 1 covers weeks 2 through 6. So we begin it on week 2. We'll look at it. And then we'll focus on tone in week 2 and topics and outlines week 3 and blah, 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 blah. Everything that we need is in order. Okay. When it's time to submit SA2, here's the link. All right, but we won't get there until week 11, and all the so forth, everything else. Okay. The only thing that's not in chronological order is the textbook, because we use the textbook all the entire semester. Okay. And I'm going to show you the textbook in a moment. The first, though, I want to talk about this. Lists of assignments and due dates, fall to 2022. This is your constitution. This is your Bible for this class, okay? You need to download this. You gotta download it, all right? And save it to your computer. All right, it is what you need to follow for every week in this class, okay? We don't treat this class as days. We treat this class as weeks, okay? And everything that you're doing is in this, all right? You have to make sure that you ignore the calendar. Don't even go to the calendar. I don't know what's in the calendar, all right? The school ships out a pre-written course to the teachers, okay? And then we edit it and change things that we want to change if we want to do that. I like doing that. I like to change all this stuff, okay? I don't go into that calendar, all right? So do not email me questions about, well, the calendar on the calendar link says this, okay? So then I'm going to say, but what does the list of assignments and due dates sheet say? Okay? This document is what you compare everything to and hold everything to, all right? So do not ask me questions about the calendar. Only ask questions that only refer to this document, okay? All right, so here we have the columns. All right, there are horizontal columns. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And the date. This date correlates to Mondays. My classes begin on Mondays, okay? And they end on Sundays. You might have some classes that begin on Sunday and they end on Saturday. That makes no sense to me. The work week begins on Monday, so we begin on Mondays, okay? Here you'll know what I'm going to be talking about, more than likely. These lecture topics might change week to week, but for the most part, if I don't change anything at all for the course, these are the things I'm talking about every week, okay? Each week in the lecture, I'm talking about, like right now, welcome to the class. Now we're navigating the course. By the end of this lecture, I'll have gone over MLA formatting, okay? So these are the things I'm talking about in the course, each week. These are the assignments that you have for the week, okay? This is an online course. It is a week long, okay? Each week, you have 7 days per week. So these are the assignments. If you notice, in the beginning, we start off with a lot. And then it really trickles down, okay? It really, we start with 9 things, and then we really reduce, okay? So you don't need to start with anxiety and be like, oh my God, every week I got 9 things. Because you can already see what it is that we are doing, okay? Now, also, 90% of this course is already all uploaded. All right, there are all the assignments are uploaded, okay? And the textbook and the articles are all uploaded. The only things that I have not fully uploaded yet are the teaching materials, the extra stuff, okay? Like I'm doing, I have my own personal materials that I'm using for a lot of these lectures. Those are the only things I've not uploaded. And of course, I've not uploaded lectures because I make them each week, okay? But you can move forward. If you finish something and you want to move to the next thing to work on it, you can do so. The only thing, though, I suggest to you is that if you complete an assignment early, like let's say you have tons of time and you blow through these, all right, and you want to get started on week two's work. Cool. That's your prerogative. Don't submit week two's work early, though. In the case that I go over new information in the lecture, okay, that you might need to know, okay? So, like, you could, let's say you complete all it. Let's say this week, all right, you do the welcome quiz today, Monday. You read the syllabus, my additional policies, which I'm going to show you where to find that. You went to the textbook, and you read all these chapters, okay? And then on Tuesday, you read bigotry is illegal and fat and on the other side of freedom, okay? And then on Wednesday, you did the MLA PDF notes, and then you completed this assignment. And you're like, I got a lot of free time before this week is over. And I've really enjoyed what I've read. Then you can go ahead and start week two's work, read chapter 2, read the abortion chapter, read the Roe decision, and you can work on this, okay? But I would not submit it yet. You can just save it to your computer. You've already done it, and then you watch the lecture of that week. And you watch it, and you make sure that, like, I don't go over anything that could actually change or help some of your work that you've already completed. And then, after watching week's two lecture, you can think, does my work cover everything that he talked about in week 2 lecture? And if it doesn't, you can change it and then submit it. Or you can say, okay, it is, and you can go ahead and submit it. So you still have done it early, but you're just checking it before actually putting it in the submission box, okay? Because I don't want people to submit work and then request me to delete it. So that because then you realize you submitted it early, but it wasn't right, okay? Now I did make a thing where you could have multiple submissions, so you can try that. Okay, sorry, a colleague just came in. I think I was saying something like, I made it so you can submit multiple times, but in the case that you can't, in case that doesn't work for whatever reason, make sure you are really ready to submit that work when you do submit it, okay? All right, so this sheet, we have the week, the date the week begins, what I'm going to cover in the topics, your assignments. I'm going to show you where to find all this stuff, okay? And then due date. Now, due date. It says 8/21, 11:59 p.m. Okay? This date is the day before the following week's first day of the week, okay? But if you look, up it says assignments won't be graded to at least 5 a.m. day after the due date. So even though this says 11:59 p.m., okay, if you turn it in at 3 a.m. on 8/22, it's not a big deal, okay? If you turn this in at 4:59 a.m. on 8/22, no big deal. I used to put the due date as being the first day of the second week or the next week at 5 a.m., but the students missed the whole 5 a.m. thing. And so they thought that they had all the way until the next day, until like 11:59 p.m. And then kids were turning stuff in late, okay? So I changed it to the due date. The due date is the day before the next week's first day. But you can turn it in, fine. If you turn it in something before 5 a.m., then you'll be fine, okay? I don't look at, when I go to grade stuff, I don't look at when it was turned in. I just go to grade, and I want it there when I sit down to grade it. And I'm not saying I'm going to be grading at 5 a.m. on Mondays, because Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, I lift weights in the morning at 5:30, okay? So I won't be grading your work on Mondays necessarily. Let's say, I don't know, let's say I get behind and I'm like, you know what, this week I am not going to exercise until I get all my grading done, okay? So there's always a chance. So, play it safe. Try to get the work in on Sunday night or early Monday morning if you can, okay? Or anytime beforehand. All right, so this week it says, read the syllabus and my additional policies. All right, well, let's go there. Here's the assignments and due dates. Right below it, we got syllabus. Click on syllabus. Click on that, read it. Click on this, read it, and then click on this. Competencies goes over the course, what it's about, okay? College writing, that's the main thing, okay? College writing. So, but I will go over my policies, okay? Let's see here. Okay. Go back. Hold on. Okay. Make sure you when you click on instructor policies, you click on the attached file. Buyers additional policies. All right. Buyers additional policies. Because then this will pop up. All right. My email address. Good. Instructor policies. That's me. Everyone will be held accountable to what I post in the announcements. There's no grade for watching the announcements, but your grade will be affected if you don't do the things I've asked you to do in the announcements, okay? When I post a video lecture link, it is required to be viewed. Again, same thing. You got to read the announcements and you got to watch the lectures. Students will be held accountable to anything I discuss in these videos. Any type of specific directions or points that I make in these videos will be expected to be followed by all students. I don't grade you on reading the announcements. I don't grade you on watching the lectures, but I will grade you on the things that I discuss in those things. Emails will be replied to within 24 to 48 hours. If you email me and I do not get back to you within that period, simply re-email me again. Make sure your tone is kind and professional when contacting me, okay? All right, if you sound rude or inappropriate or demanding or entitled, I might not respond. I get a lot of emails. Sometimes they just, so here's the thing. I will send out, let's say I send out an announcement, okay? Do not hit reply to a class announcement, okay? Because those don't really pop up in my email, okay? Kids would be like, Mr. Byers, I emailed you 4 days ago and you haven't replied. And I'm like, what? I don't remember getting an email. And then I'll realize, oh, they replied to the mass email that I sent out, okay? Every time you want to message me, you need to create a new email, a new message. There you go, okay? Do not reply to my announcement email. Don't reply to my announcement post. You need to just hit compose, copy paste my email in there, and send me an email, okay? Even if it's addressing something that I stated in the announcement, okay? If you reply to the announcement, then I probably won't see it. You have to compose a brand new email, and in the subject, say, in reference to announcement, okay? Textbook. Textbook is embedded in the course. Go back to lessons. Textbook right here, which I'm going to show you in a moment. All right. So the textbook is embedded in the course. All right. Grades. Here is the grade distribution. SA1 is worth 20% of your overall grade, 20%. SA2 is worth 25%. SA3 is 35%. And all the other assignments are worth only 20% added up, okay? So even though everything's out of 100, it's kind of like every single assignment has, if you imagine every assignment has a certain number of points that all will add up to 100, okay? So it's like SA1 is worth 20 of those points. SA2 is worth 25 of those points. SA3 is worth 35 of those points. And then all the other assignments added up are only worth 20 points, okay? Which means that you could do, if you made a 100 on SA1, and a 100 on SA2, and a 100 on SA3, then that means that you have earned 80 of those points, which, means that if you did none of the assignments, none of the regular discussion posts or assignments, then you can still make an 80 in this course. Which brings me to late work, okay? Grades for late assignments will start at 70. If the work doesn't meet the requirements or in poor quality, then a grade lower than 70 may be given. All work can be turned in up until the point I grade it, meaning if the assignment is due on Wednesday, but I don't start grading the assignment until Friday, there is no grade deduction if you turned it in late, as long as the assignment was there by the time I started grading it. All right, so really this shouldn't say Wednesday, this should say Monday. But essentially this, okay? The due dates are flexible because really nothing's late until I sit down to grade the work and it's not in the Dropbox, okay? So like essays, okay? I might not grade the work on the Monday that it's due. Now, I did make time in my school schedule where I do all my grading on Mondays and Fridays, okay? But things come up sometimes, So if I sit down on Monday morning at 9 a.m. to grade, all right, and your work has not been submitted, then you will receive a 0. And then when you see that 0 in the grade, you can still turn in that work late, but the highest grade you'll get is a 70, okay? If you did not turn your work in on Monday, but there is no 0 in the grade book, because as soon as I put a 0 in the computer, it's instantaneous to your account, and you can see your grades. So like, let's say this, you do not turn your work in on Monday, and by 3 o'clock, I stop grading. I'm not going to be grading anything at home. So if I'm not grading it at school, or I teach high school, then I'm not grading it yet. I'll grade it the next day. So by 3 o'clock on a Monday, if you don't have a 0 for that assignment, cool. Finish it that night. Turn it in. So that way, by the time I get to grading that work, all right, it will be there. Again, I don't look at when things are turned in. But if assignment is due on a Monday, but I don't start grading that assignment until Friday, okay? If you turned that work on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday or on Thursday or Friday morning before I start grading it, I don't care, okay? I don't care as long as it's there when I click on grade all assignments and I go through and I grade the assignments, okay? If it's there, you get full credit, okay? If it's not there, then that's a problem, and then you'll get a 0, okay? All right, so if you have any questions about that, let me know. You have a total of 13 classwork assignments that are only worth about 1.5% each, which means that you could not complete 6 assignments and make 100s on your essays and still make an A in the class, okay? So, don't freak out if you miss an assignment. You can still turn it in late at any point and get a 70, okay? Do not send me emails asking if you can turn in something late. That annoys me because I've already stated, yes, turn in late and you get a 70. Don't turn it in, get a 0. I don't care, okay? It's up to you. All right, if you have any future questions, let me know. I just got an email. Having a meeting soon. All right. There's that. Syllabus and digital policies. Okay. All right. Complete the welcome quiz. So if you go back to lessons, okay, you read the syllabus, confirm attendance welcome quiz. You have to take this. It's very easy. There's nothing to study for, okay? But if you don't take this, you're going to be counted as a no-show, and you're going to be dropped from the course, okay? So take it, and I'm rewarding you with giving you a grade for it, okay? You get a grade, and you get to stay in the class. So do that. Click on that. That's important. Okay. Then it says read chapters 1, reading to write. And then in chapter 6 of your textbook, read what is narration, using narration. Chapter 13 of your textbook, read this. And in chapter 8, read this. So what you do is go to the textbook, click on it. It's launching. It's going to take you to the book. Okay. All right. So this is the book. I think this is how it looks for you. This is how it looks for me. Okay. And so you just do as you're asked. You are to read 1, all of that. Okay, let's do this. So you are to read chapter 1, reading to write, becoming a critical reader. Go over here, click on chapter 1, and you're gonna start. Let's see here. Click on reading to write, and you're gonna read this. Okay. And understanding critical reading. Okay. But you don't need to read anything else for chapter 1. Okay. Reading to write and becoming a critical reader. All right. Then you read chapter 1. I'm sorry. Chapter 6. Go down to chapter 6. You're just reading narration. So, all right. Narration. What is narration? Using narration. All right, that's it. And then, see, it's not very much. Then you go down to definition. All right. Definition, chapter 13. Definition. It pops up. And you just read what is definition. And then read using definition. Okay? All right there. So read that stuff. Okay? Read that. And then you are going to read 2 of the 3 posted articles. So then go back to lessons. Go down, scroll down, articles in MLA practice. There's 3 articles. There's 3 things that you can choose from. Okay. And you can read all 3 of them. You can read one of them and then decide if you want to keep reading it or read a different one. But you got to read 2. Okay, you got to read 2. I have to go to a meeting. I'm going to pause this, and then I'm going to go over MLA formatting, which will seem seamless for y'all because it's paused, and then I restart. Okay, so even though it's going to be like 30 minutes difference for me, for y'all, it'll be like a millisecond. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? I've been gone for 2 hours, 2.5 hours actually. So I hope you enjoyed the break. Okay, so before I really get into reading the articles, we got to talk about MLA because this comes with an assignment. Okay, you are going to read the articles, pick 2 of them to write about. Okay, and then you are going to have to decide on the 2 that you want to write about. Let's see here. Read the required chapters from the textbook, which is what I discussed. Chapters, which is, where is it? Here we go. Chapter 6, chapter 13, chapter 8 on using narration, using definition, and using exemplification. These are styles of essays. There are narrative essays, definition essays, and exemplification essays. So So you'll read about those, okay? Then, like I said, after you read the articles, pick 2 to write about and decide which type of writing is each of the 2 different articles, okay? So let's say you read On the Other Side of Freedom and you're like, you know what, this really seems like an exemplification article. And then you read Fat and you feel that this really is a definition article, okay? You're going to, after finishing the reading, complete this assignment. Open a Word document or Google Doc. Set it up in correct MLA formatting, which I'm going to show you in a moment, as in everything that is covered in the PDF and in my lecture, which I'm about to do. You're going to write 2 paragraphs discussing the 2 articles you read. For each article, decide which type of essay it mostly is: narration, definition, or exemplification. Your 2 paragraphs have to identify the articles as separate styles, meaning that both of the articles you write can't be considered exemplifications. I want you to begin each paragraph by stating the title of the article, what type of essay it is, and then go about proving your analysis. Discuss that type of writing based on your reading of the textbook chapters, and then pull evidence from the articles that prove those points. Your entire document, as in the header and the 2 paragraphs you write, should be about 275 to 300 words. Okay? If you write this as a Google Doc, download it as a PDF to submit. All right, so you're going to read the articles, 2 to write about, and you're going to identify if you think one is narration and the other one is exemplification. Okay, but you need to read the textbook descriptions of these. Okay, and then you will write the 2 paragraphs. Okay, I'm going to show you the proper MLA formatting for this. Okay, this formatting that we're going to go over, that you're going to practice this week, is necessary for all of your essays. All of your papers have to be in MLA formatting. Okay, so I'm going to go back to lessons. And I'm going to go to MLA formatting, week 1. Okay. I'm going to show you a PowerPoint. The note, I have uploaded this PowerPoint in the form of a PDF right here. Okay. We're just going over the slides 1 through 10. This is like a 46 slide, exit drawing. No, I don't want to draw. There's 46 slides. We're just going over the first 10, okay? So MLA formatting and style guide. MLA, Modern Language Association. It's this type of style formatting that's often used in various humanities disciplines, like this one, okay? The way you set up all of your documents and how you write papers, okay? MLA focuses on document format, which we're going to do today. We're not doing in-text citations, and we're not doing works cited lists. We're just focused on formatting today. Okay? Okay. So you're going to open up a Word document, and we're going to make sure that it's the standard Word document. You don't have to worry about this paper because you're not printing the paper. Okay, I got a crazy hair over here. There it is. We're going to double space the entire document. You are going to use 12 point Times New Roman font, or like Arial or Calibri. After you have a period, there's always going to be a space before the next word. Okay. All your margins should automatically be set up at 1 inch, so you shouldn't even have to do that. You're going to indent the first line of paragraphs 1/2 inch, and you are going to select justify formatting, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay. You will have a header. Have a header with page numbers located in the upper right-hand corner. I want to show you that. You have to use italics for titles and quotation marks for articles. Like when you talk about the things you read today, they're going to be in italics. Quotation marks. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Yep, we're gonna double space everything. List your name. In your heading, you will have your name first and last. Then the next line my name, and then the next line is the course, and then the date. Now I do the date that the assignment is due or the paper is due. Okay, and then you're gonna center the paper title. Okay, and this is what it's gonna look like. And I'm gonna show you how to do this. I'm gonna demonstrate for you how to do this. Okay, but this is exactly how your MLA should look. Okay. Up here, top right hand corner, I'm going to show you how to insert page numbers. I can tell when it's been inserted correctly versus not, because if it's done correctly, it is gray, and if it is done incorrectly, it's black. Okay, and then you're going to have your name, my name, class, the due date, the title of whatever it is this assignment is, and then into the paragraph, and the sides are going to be justified. I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? All right. So let's see here. It can be done in let's see here, Google Docs also. It's a little bit different, but I'm going to show you based upon a Word, okay? All right, so you open up a document, okay? And first thing you do, let's insert page numbers, okay? So we're gonna go to insert, and then we're gonna go over to page numbers, top of page, and then plain number 3. So that way the page number is on the right side. Okay. Click next to the 1, hit the space bar, and now type your last name. I'm gonna say my last name is Smith. Now, older MLA wanted you to do it all capital, but but as of now, you don't have to do all capital, so you can just do Smith, and then do a space. Okay, and then click out. All right, so now you have your header. And then before we type anything else, you want to hit justify. Okay, now it's going to be your name. So I want to say my name is Sherry Smith. Hit enter. Oh, one thing to make sure. Now look, we need to check if it's double spaced. Okay, some documents automatically double space it for you. Others don't. You need to go to paragraph. Click on this. All right, so look, this is not correctly formatted. After it at 8, line spacing, it says multiple. Incorrect. Okay. So I'm gonna go back up to Sherry Smith, and then that way my cursor is right there. I'm gonna hit on paragraph again. After should be 0. Line spacing should be double line spacing, 0 before, 0 after. Okay. Okay. Now enter. Mr. Byers. I do not have a doctorate, so I'm just Mr. Okay. Enter. This is ENG 1101. If I taught in person and all my classes were separate, then I would have like English 1101 Monday nights, English 1101 Wednesday nights. But since this is online, it's just English 1101. And I don't teach any non-online classes. Enter. Now the due date. Well, if we go to our sheet here, we know that this assignment is due on 8/21. So we're going to put 8/21/2022. Okay. Enter. Now I'm going to do the title. The title of this is the name of the assignment, which is Reading Analysis Assignment. So I'm going to go up here to center. I'm going to put reading analysis assignment. And I'm going to go one step further and say 1, the first one. Enter. Okay, now I'm censored again. So what I need to do is I need to go up here and I need to justify. Okay. All right. Now I'm ready to start typing. So I'm going to hit tab and I'm going to type. I'm going to say something like, okay, the article bigotry is illegal is an example of a, and then you would either write definition or narrative or exemplification essay. Okay, because it mostly blah 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 blah. Okay, these types of essays, blah 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 blah. You know, characteristics. Okay, these characteristics are evident in bigotry is illegal when it talks about blah 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 blah. Okay, all right. So, and then you're going to do the same thing for do the same thing. It's not the same formatting. Look at that, all different. All right. So look, for whatever reason, when I copy and pasted this, it changed the formatting. And we know it's different formatting because look, A, I can just see it. Second off, if I highlight this and go to paragraph, the 0, 0, double, okay? When I highlight this and I highlight this and I go to paragraph, it's blank now. It means that there's 2 different types of formatting. I gotta make sure it's all the same. Okay? So the article, at, example of a blank, 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 blank. These characteristics are evident in fat when, and then blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, the requirements for this assignment says, let's see, lessons. Says that it needs to be 275 to 300 words. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay. I'm just going to like take some of this right here. Like when you are finished, there you go. It should look like this. Okay. 1 whole double-spaced page of writing. Okay. 2 paragraphs. 1 is about one article, 1 is about the other article. And it's about a specific. Bigotry is legal is an example of a, let's just say, it's a definition essay. It's not. Okay. Now let's just say that fat is a exemplification essay. It's not. Okay. You have 2 paragraphs about 2 different writings, and they're examples of 2 different types of essays. Okay. And then you explain it. I'm not grading you whether or not I think you're right or not. I'm grading you on your communication. Okay. If you provide a good argument for why you think this article is this type of essay, then good for you, okay? I'm grading you more on your writing ability, your ability to communicate. This is not an ideas class. This is a writing ability class. I judge your writing, okay? So we'll focus more on your communication, and don't worry about whether I agree with you or not at this point, okay? For this assignment, I'm looking at do you have proper header? Do you have proper heading? Do you have proper space? Is this aligned correctly? Are there no additional spaces in between paragraphs? Like that would be wrong. That would be wrong if it looked like that. The only way it's right is if there's no additional line in between your sentences, okay? So how did I move over to, there we go. Okay? And that it's at least 275 words. 275 or more, okay? That's what you're gonna submit. After watching this, if you have any questions, email me, okay? Your grade on this is based on correct MLA formatting and that you follow the directions and that you write at least this much. That's how you get a 100. I don't have to agree with you in order for you to get an A, okay? It's all about communication, all right? So then you're gonna submit that. All right. And then that would have been done for week 1, okay? So you are going to, again, review. You're going to download this list of assignments and due dates. You're going to read the syllabus in my portion. You are going to complete this, confirm attendance that you did this. You are going to read through the MLA formatting notes, even though I've already gone over them. You are going to read the textbook, chapter 1, chapter 6, chapter 13, chapter 8, just a few pages of those, okay? You're going to pick 2 articles to read, and then you're going to complete the practice and submit it. And that's it. All of week 1, okay? All right. Let me know if you have any problems at all. I'm available, okay? Make sure you watch the lecture and that you let me know any questions you have. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.